Is Tzuyang healthy? Who is she? Why do we even care if she's healthy? How much does she eat? And what are some of the markers that show up in her testing? So let's get right into this video. So who is this individual? She is a pretty popular YouTuber with over 10 million subscribers. She has a channel that basically has a mukbang. A mukbang means eating room, basically. And she eats large amounts of food in one sitting, okay? So in the last 5 meals, it looks like she had 5 liters of a drink, 8 hot dogs, and 50 breadsticks in one sitting. In another meal, she had 20 burgers. In another one, 3.6 kilograms or 7.92 pounds of meat, 40 servings of a beef intestine, and then 15 kilograms or 33 pounds of seafood shellfish. Okay, so why do we care? So she's eating large amounts of food, and what she did is she actually made a video where she went to a clinic and had a comprehensive health examination. So we'll go over the results of those findings, and I'll give you a couple of recommendations that I think she should do to help herself. So let's get right into the details. So she's a 28-year-old female. She's approximately 5'3" inches tall or 162 centimeters. Okay. She has a BMI of 17.5, and the average BMI in the United States is 29.6 in women. The average BMI in South Korea, where she lives, is 20 to 22. So she's actually below the national average where she lives at 17.5. Based on this, she probably weighs around 110 to 125 pounds, based on what I can see. Endoscopy. She had a full endoscopy done, and they considered it normal. So the doctors looked in, there's no inflammation, no polyps, nothing going on there. Interestingly enough, the doctor noted that her stomach is 30 to 40% larger than comparable women her size, okay? And he also noted that it was larger than the average male. There was no inflammation, and it was a clean test. They did a bone density, and it was normal. And they did a comprehensive blood work. And they looked at thyroid, normal. Kidney, normal. Liver function, normal. Everything was normal, okay? Interesting, what we want to know is, what does her blood sugar look like, right? So they did a hemoglobin A1C, which is a 3-month average of blood sugar. It tells you what your sugar has been doing for the past 3 months. The blood ranges go from 4.8 to around 5.6 as what they consider normal. Anything above 5.6 is called insulin resistance. Her hemoglobin A1C was 5.2, which is really ideal at 5.2. Now the question was asked, do you exercise? And her answer was, no, she doesn't. The next explanation was that her pancreas was probably pumping out enough insulin to handle the load that she was eating, okay? So in essence, everything looked good. There was no issues, okay? And hemoglobin A1C was 5.2. Now, she has youth on her side. What that means is that at 28 years old, her pancreas is pumping out enough insulin to handle this load, okay? Plus, what is happening is not all her meals where she's eating copious amounts of food is carbohydrates. She'll eat meat only, seafood only, or some sort of protein only. And then she'll have one where she eats a bunch of bowls of noodles, which would spike her blood sugar. So my recommendation for her would be this. When I watched her video, she was often drinking large amounts of soda, basically helping her to digest a little bit better while she's eating these large meals. So my recommendation is this. She should take betaine hydrochloric acid with digestive enzymes before going on these challenges. She should probably take vitamin D and vitamin K at 5,000 international units. Basically, it seems like most Koreans or South Koreans avoid the sun. Very pale, right? So we want to make sure her vitamin D levels are good. Probably add a little magnesium in there. That would be great. And instead of making a video every other day, she should probably make it every 3 days. That way, it gives her system a little bit more of a break between filming these videos, okay? And she should exercise, right? Exercise is going to be very important for her. Now, she has youth on her side right now, but what if she turns 35 and 40, right? Maybe 45. I promise you that with the eating habits that she has, she will develop insulin resistance. Going into her 50 and 60-year-old, she will develop prediabetes or diabetes, right? So what she needs to do is probably scale back the number of videos that she makes, and then also exercise in order to prevent diabetes or insulin resistance in her future. All right, so those are my recommendations. This was just a fun video. What I'll do is I'll link her channel below. You can go ahead and watch her videos. It's amazing how much food she can actually eat in one sitting. All right, my name is Dr. Jin Sung. We're at Clinical Excellence, It's Excellent Results, and we'll see you guys next week on the healthy side. Have an awesome day.